Welcome back to another episode of the Ark Survival Guide. Today we are actually going to explain how to use dinosaur ordering groups, and when we do that we can actually set specific groups that we can control at different times. So we can set all of our gatherers into one group and tell them all to follow us when we're gathering stuff. We can set our flyers in one group so that we can make them do an emergency escape if we get attacked and everybody else won't run. And you can even set carnivores into one bodyguard group so that you can get them all to attack something, while your herbivores that are weaker will ignore your commands and keep them all safe. So you can do a lot of good things with this. I'm sorry it's taken so long to actually get into this, but it hasn't really been necessary until this point because we've not really needed to do that. So I'm going to start out by clearing out this beach. The main reason we're actually here right now is I want to gather a bunch of materials to build a base for our dolphin island. So we're actually going to make this an outpost that we can teleport to later, because there is a really nice set of like oil and silica pearls right off the coast there. So it's really easy for us to just jump in the water from that base, grab the pearls and oil, and then hop right back in, stick them in a storage compartment, and then teleport back to our base. So by doing that, we can use this as an outpost and pop back and forth and just get tons of pearl and oil that we can come back and pick up later. And we will definitely be needing that later when we start making electricity. I also love how, oh, I think I see something there. Nope, just a Stegosaurus. I thought it might have been another ankylosaur. A lot of times they'll respawn in this area. So, if I can get a male and a female, I can start breeding those. But for now, we will speed everything up because this is going to go really slow otherwise. And I'm going to be gathering a bunch of materials for, building this base. So the first thing I need to do is get all my dinos down where they're safe. So I'll get my pteranodon up on the roof. I'll grab some carrots and some food and get everything organized a little bit because I need to be light so that I can gather rocks with my Doedicurus. So I'm going to just organize my dinos real quick. And I'm always picking up all the poop that I find because that's going to be really helpful for fertilizer later. So I'm going to level up some more melee damage on my Therizinosaur and just set him on Wander. And once I get him into a good spot, we'll just let him wander around and gather stuff. Now, a Doedicurus is really good at getting stone, but he also gets a lot of thatch, and he's really helpful for that. So I'm going to be smashing some of these trees with him, so we'll get all the thatch we need also. It's also very light, so it's easy for him to pick up. And as you can see, my Therizinosaur is just running amok in this little clump of trees, grabbing all the wood that he can, too. And I think he is full, so I'm going to tell him to stop. So at this point, I actually want to set up ordering groups because it's hard to target him. So if I hold down triangle, and I can go to modify ordering groups, I can actually add him to one of these groups, 1 through 10. So I just added him to group number 10. And then if I hold down on the little pad at the top middle of my PS4 controller, it will bring up a little menu like that, which will let me select which group is selected. And as you can see, it has a little green arrow on the Therizinosaur, but not on the Doedicurus. Now if I move that, pushing down on the pad, and move that to clear tame ordering group, then all of my dinosaurs will be selected. It will no longer be just this group. So you can also see he is following me when I command him. I can use the arrow commands, which is the top left bumper, L1 I mean, and up on the plus pad will tell him where to specifically run with those green arrows. But because I only have group 10, which is only the Therizinosaur selected, I can command him to go anywhere I want him to, and all of my other dinosaurs will completely ignore my commands, which lets them stay right where they were, which is exactly where I want them. So now I'm unloading my dinos, and you can see I'm loading these things really, really fast. So I'm picking up everything into my inventory, and then using the left trigger to throw the bags down in front of my storage bins. and then I can pick all of them up. It doesn't matter how much weight is on it, as long as they're sitting in these little boxes. I can pick all of them up while I'm standing next to the bins, and then just load them all up there. And here's an Oviraptor. I got a lot of grudge against Oviraptors because they used to freak us out right in the beginning. Don't know if you remember the first couple episodes, but we would always hear and see this Oviraptor in the distance and think it was a Velociraptor, because back then those things were dangerous as anything. So, just had to get my revenge there. So I'm just going to go really fast through gathering a few more materials, and that should be enough to build the entire base. I'm just going to make a small outpost, probably a 1x2, and that's all we're going to need. So next episode we'll actually be building that base. I hope you liked this. Feel free to like and subscribe if you did, and we'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching.